Some Federal House of Representative lawmakers has proposed a transition from the presidential system of government Nigeria operates to parliamentary system of government. They base their argument by pointing out the flexibility in the operation of the parliamentary system of government, which was adopted by the founding fathers of Nigeria, which promoted the peace, unity, prosperity of the countries observed in the 6 years it was practiced between 1960 to 1966. The federal lawmakers who briefed newsmen in Abuja on this new proposal says the bill was listed for first reading today at the plenary awaiting second reading.
Today, we stand on the cusp of history as lawmakers across party affiliations and regional backgrounds come together to present bills proposing constitutional alterations that seek a transition to parliamentary system of government. These bills seeking to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, advocate a transition from the current presidential system to a parliamentary system at all levels, federal, state, and local governments. The proposed alterations, when passed, will significantly impact the national political landscape. Our founders, in their wisdom and in their political atmosphere, devoid of compulsion, and having considered the interests of their native peoples and their desire to live together in a country where truth and justice reign, where no man is oppressed, and where all citizens live in peace and plenty, adopted the parliamentary system of government. That was the governance of the first system of the First Republic, a period when legislative and executive powers were exercised by the representatives of the people in parliament and in the executive. And by the nature of the system, these representatives were accountable to the people. For 6 years, while it was in operation, the system worked for the country. The collapse of the First Republic and the long stretch of the military rule culminated into the adoption of a new system of government, theoretically fashioned after the presidential system of the United States, but in practice, imbibed the utmost attributes of military rule. No wonder the Nigerian president appears to be one of the most powerful presidents in the world. Over the years, the imperfections of presidential system of government have become glaring to all. Despite several alterations to the Constitution to address the shortcomings of a system that has denied the nation the opportunity of attaining its full potentials, among these imperfections are the high cost of governance, leaving fewer resources for crucial areas like infrastructure, education, and healthcare, and consequently hindering the nation's development progress, and the excessive powers vested in members of the executive who are appointees and not directly accountable to the people. The bills that were presented today for the first reading seek a return to the system of government adopted by our fathers, which made governance accountable, responsible, and responsive, and ultimately less expensive.
The group of lawmakers also proposed a transition period of 2031 as ideal to enable Nigerians make inputs into the bill.
This is to start national conversation on the need to transit from parliamentary, from presidential system of government, which we currently run, to a less expensive parliamentary system of government. Now, we expect that the process may not necessarily terminate with the current administration. In actual fact, we expect that it will even go beyond 2027. But what is important is that we have set the ball rolling. And, so it may go as far, the actual commencement may even be 2031. You know, so we are not expecting that it will be take immediate effect. It's a process that we have ignited. Thank you.
Recall that the country at independence in 1960 was handed the parliamentary system of government by the British but opted for the American-style presidential system during the return of democracy in 1979 after a long year of military rule. Mercy Adi, News 24.